Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So in the series of sorting techniques, today we are going to do selection sort. Now if in case you just want to see the key points of the sorting algorithm, just skip to the last of the video. Now if you have seen my previous video on bubble sort, you know that a lot of unnecessary swaps take place in that type of sorting technique. So in selection sort, the main key point is that there are no unnecessary swaps, and in a single pass at max only one swap takes place. So some key points for selection sort are that in the first pass we place our minimum element in the correct position. That is, in first pass we make sure that our 0th index has the correct element. In the second pass we make sure that first index has the correct element, and so on. Now first we assume that our first element is already sorted. This is for I equals to 0 or I equals to 1, that is our first pass, in which we first assume that this element is already sorted, and we take a variable min in which we are going to store the index of the element which is minimum amongst the elements that we are traversing in the particular pass. So in the first pass we want this element to be sorted. So what we'll do is I'll place 0 in minimum. I'll assume that this index has the smallest value. Now I'll run from these to these loops and I'll check if the element at these indexes is smaller than the element at my minimum index, then we are going to swap the indexes. So now I come to index 1, that is we'll move from I plus 1 to length. Now over here we'll see 14 is greater than 10, that is index 1's element is greater than index 0's element. So we'll go forward. Even 20 is greater than 10, so again we'll go forward. Now 8 is less than 10, that is the element at third position is less than the element at our minimum position. So what we'll do over here is we'll replace this 0 by 3. So in bubble sort, whenever our condition used to turn true, in that case we used to perform swapping at that time, but over here we are just storing the index of the element which has to be swapped at the end. Now we go to 9 is greater than 8, 10 is also greater than 8, 19 is also greater than 8, 11 and 12 both are greater than 8. Now once our pass is done, now we know that for our first pass the 0th element had to be in the correct position. So what we'll do is now we'll swap the element at the minimum index and the first element. So over here we'll swap the elements on position 0 and 3. So after this we'll have our array as, at the 0th index we'll have 8, then we have 14, 20, 10, and this all will be same. Now coming to the second pass. Now over here I'll take my minimum to be index 1. Now this part of the array is already sorted. We have to sort this part. So I'll start from here and I'll go up to length. Now what happens over here is I have stored 1 in minimum. I'll check for 2. Is 20 less than 14? No. Is 10 less than 14? Yes. So I'll make 1 as 3. Then I'll check for 9. Is 9 less than 10? Yes. So I'll make this as 4. Then I'll check over here. Is 10 less than 9? No. Same for 19. Then for 11 and for 12. So now once I have reached the end, I'll swap the element at index 4 and my first element. Now in the second pass my first element is at index 1. So after this my array will look like this. 8. The fourth index had 9, so over here we'll have 9, then 20, 10, and as first and fourth had to be replaced, over here we'll have 14. Then we'll have 10, 19, 11 and 12. Now over here we can see this part is already sorted. And over here this part is already sorted. Now for the third pass, we'll have our minimum is equals to our second, 2, that is our second index. Then over here we'll have 8, 9, 20. Now I'll check for 3. Is 10 less than 20? Yes. So I'll make it 3. Then is 14 less than 10? No. Is 10 less than 10? No. Is 19 less than 10? No. Is 11 less than 10? No. Similarly, 12 is also not less than 10. Now once I have reached the end, I am going to swap the two indexes. So over here, the index that had to be swapped was my index 2, because this is for pass number 3. So over here we'll swap index 3 and index 2. So over here 10 will come, then 20, 14, 10, 19, 11 and 12. Now for the next pass, that is pass number 4. For pass number 4, my minimum will store 3, as this much array has already been sorted. Now I have to place this element in the correct position. Now this will remain same. Now let's see. Is 14 less than 20? Yes. So I'll update it as 4. Is 10 less than 14? Yes. So I'll update it as 5. Now no other element is less than 10. So nothing will be updated. I'll reach at the end and now I'll swap. I'll swap my index 3 with my index 5. That is our minimum index. So over here I'll have, instead of 20, I'll have 10, then 14, and as fifth index got swapped with third index, over here we'll have 20, 19, 11 and 12. Now for the fifth pass, my minimum will have 4, because this much array has been sorted and now I have to sort this part. So again the same procedure will be there. This all will remain same. 14 is not greater than 20, 19 is greater than 20, 11 is smaller than 14. So what we'll do over here is, I am going to swap its index with 11's index, which is 7. So over here I'll have 7 and no other element is greater than smaller than 11. So we are going to swap index 7 with index 4. So this all will remain same, and over here I'll have 11, 20, 19, 14 and 12. Now this part of the array has already been sorted and we'll sort this part. Now in the next pass, we'll take this element as a minimum and we'll do the same. So at the end, we'll have our array as 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 14, 19 and 20. Let's see what are some sorting algorithm. So over here, first I'll have an array. Then I'll take another variable known as length and I'll store its length in it. Now as we know that we have to place the smallest element first, that is in ith pass we'll place the correct element at the ith position. So I'll run my loop from I is equals to 0 till I is less than length and I plus plus. So in my I is equals to 0th pass, the 0th position will have its correct element. Now as soon as I start my pass, I will have to store the minimum index. I will take it as I, and then for int j is equals to I plus 1, j is less than len j plus plus. So what I'm doing over here is we assume that the elements before from the before and up till I are sorted. Like for the first pass, only I will be 0 and we will be running our loop from 1 to length. So one element is always sorted in itself. So we assume the previous part to be sorted, and then we'll check for the minimum element in the rest half of the array. So now over here we'll check if the array element is of at j, if it is less than the array element at min. So what we are going to do is we'll update our min by that element, that index. So once we get the smallest numbers index, we'll come out of the loop, and then we are going to swap the ith index element with the minimum index element. So I'll swap it over here. Now let's print our answer. Okay, so let's run the code. See, our array has been sorted. Now let's see some of the key points for selection sort. Selection sort is a comparison based sorting technique, which means that we take two values from the array, we compare the values, and accordingly we decide the place of these elements in the array. Secondly, the total number of passes required in selection sort is n-1, just like we need it in bubble sort. Third, unlike bubble sort, there is only one swap per pass. So over here in selection sort, there are no unnecessary swaps. Fourth is that in ith pass, we make sure that the ith smallest element is placed in the correct position. The next point is that the time complexity for all the cases of selection sort is order of n square, as there are n-1 passes and in every pass we traverse the rest of the array. So total it would be n into n-1 by 2, which is order of n square. The next point is that the space complexity of selection sort algorithm is of order of 1, because this is not an recursive algorithm, so there is no stack space used, and also the sorting is done within the array itself. So the space complexity is of order of 1, so it is an in-place algorithm. And lastly, it is not a stable algorithm. That means if there are two 10s and if I name the first 10 as A and the next 10 as B, then it is not necessary that after the sorting is done, the order of A and B will be the same as before. So this was all for today's video. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you find it really helpful, please spread it across amongst your friends. I will be leaving the GitHub link to all these codes I do in the description box, and in case if you have any doubt, you can leave a comment in the comment section. And if you want me to solve any particular question of yours, you can leave it in the comment section with hashtag code my question. Thank you.